You're like perfectly willing to pay a tech company $1,300 just to let a robot critically insult your golf swing, while the company that shoved that ad in your face is burning $135 billion to build an AI that literally watches you buy groceries.
Strip away the marketing fluff and look at the actual hardware. You're paying for a 4-camera system that judges your biomechanics and sentences you to 20 practice swings like a voluntary prisoner, while Meta just completely abandoned its open source utopia because developers simply didn't care about it.
The era of free AI is just, it's dead. It's the ultimate subscription trap now. I mean, open your Facebook app after 8 p.m. and look at the consumer wasteland dancing on your screen.
Algorithms target you when you're exhausted. Your defenses are completely down after your boss yelled at you all day, so it floods your feed with direct-to-consumer golf balls and miracle training aids.
And those weird irons promising to fix your slice in 3 swings, plus, hundreds of putters designed to drain money from guys who are just desperate about their own hobbies. And then the feed suddenly stops on Newstrick.
Analyze their tagline. Launch monitors give you numbers. Newstrick gives you answers. That is a toxic dopamine hit aimed directly at human insecurity, selling an escape from mediocrity.
It really looks like military hardware, though. I mean, you read the specs and it feels like it could launch a ballistic missile. 4 high-speed cameras, dual touch screens, so you can't ever look away from your failures.
Dissect how that monster processes biometric data. It completely throws out the need for a bulky PC. It uses computer vision to force a CGI skeletal frame onto your physical body in real time.
No ridiculous reflective stickers on your clubs, no cables everywhere. You just throw it on the grass, turn it on, and it instantly chews through your face angle, loft, lie, closure rate.
Look at the pressure mat under your feet.
Yeah.
It reads every single gram of weight shifting from your right heel to your left toe in a fraction of a second, turning human bodies into raw data arrays.
And then it actually speaks to you. Like, instead of giving you an Excel sheet of dead numbers like the machines from 20 years ago, it tells you in plain English, you're coming 5 degrees over the top, throwing out your shoulders before your hips.
Evaluate that so-called specific guidance. It assigns you a STRI RYK score from 0 to 100, and every single time you swing badly, that number drops in bright red on both screens.
It's like a terrifying credit score for your physical coordination. If a bank denies your mortgage for bad credit, this machine denies your status as a functional human being.
Question the psychological lock-in. After humiliating you, it locks the screen and dictates, perform 20 swings with a 7-iron to fix rotation. Pass. Fail. 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 Pass.
You're not even playing golf anymore at that point. You're doing hard labor to please an algorithm. And the psychological torture is being sold at a price that, it looks like the bargain of the century.
Tear into their pricing model. They push an individual plan for $12,299, or an ecosystem package for $2,499.
A GC quad, the thing the PG Tour guys use, is like $15,000. TrackMan 4 is around $20,000. Even mid-range stuff like the Mevo Plus drains $2 or $3 grand.
Compare those numbers to a 4-camera AI system with dual touchscreens. $12,299 is financial violence against the entire launch monitor industry.
But wait, $12,299 is just the initial hit, right?
Flip that receipt over. That initial payment is just ransom for year 1. Step into year 2, and the machine bricks itself unless you pay the $29 monthly toll.
Oh, wow. So if you bought the ecosystem package, you're paying, what, $49 a month forever?
Calculate the coach plan. $59 for every single student seat per month. The hardware is a loss leader bait designed to shove you into a perpetual subscription cage.
It's the classic tech playbook. Sell the hook dirt cheap, then charge for every drop of water in the pond. So who is actually selling this hook? Some guy named Mark Roeder.
Search his background in Silicon Valley and you find nothing. He's a former mini tour player. His company, Pure Strike Golf, is literally just an indoor golf studio in Long Island.
They operate out of, Mineola, Melville, and Smithtown. A local studio suddenly leaping to global AI hardware. It sounds like those guys building computers in a garage.
Walk into those exact Long Island studios and see what they actually use. In the very places that birthed Newstrick, Mark Roeder has his own customers hitting balls into TrackMan screens.
Wait, they use the competitor's $20,000 radar tech in their own physical shops?
Expose the hypocrisy. They preach a 4-camera optical revolution but keep the competitor's machine plugged in. Their proprietary AI is just a sidekick monitor sitting next to a TrackMan.
Selling a game-changing tool but refusing to unplug the rival's machine in your own living room? That is a massive red flag. And when you read the Mike Golf Spy comments, people are absolutely brutalizing them.
Quote the logic from Cape May Pete. He points out the sheer vanity of blowing $2,500 on hallucinated AI data.
Pete says you should take that money, hand it to a flesh and blood PGA coach, and learn how to do a basic chip shot. He compares buying this machine to betting your life savings on Hungarian women's water polo.
Look at another commenter named Beak, who exposes the fatal technical flaw. Does Newstrick's AI correct you after 1 single swing? Or does it filter out the noise from 10 swings?
Because, what if your grip is just loose like a dead fish? That 4-camera system might be totally blind to that micro detail.
Pinpoint the danger of current generation AI. It lacks the resolution to see your pinky finger twitching, so it confidently blames your hips and prescribes a toxic drill that ruins your natural mechanics.
So why are millions of people like Cape May, Pete, and Beak being force-fed this flawed product in their feeds? Because the tech giant running that algorithm is betting its actual life on this exact type of multimodal AI.
Dive into the Muse Spark debut. formerly Project Avocado from Meta Superintelligence Labs. Mark Zuckerberg is terrified of OpenAI and Anthropic, leaving him in the dust.
Those two competitors have a combined valuation over $1 trillion now. Meta had to do something drastic. I mean, going from a Long Island golf startup to Zuckerberg's panic is a wild leap, but it's the exact same tech.
Evaluate the Llama 4 failure. Developers yawned when it launched. It was heavy, uninspired, and failed to break user loyalty to ChatGPT.
So out of pure desperation, Zuckerberg brings in Alexander Wang, the former Scale AI CEO, as part of a $14.3 billion investment.
Measure the timeline. Wang was ordered to burn everything to the ground and rebuild a trillion-dollar empire's AI stack in exactly 9 months.
9 months to rewrite the DNA of one of the biggest tech companies on Earth. You can't just do that with pure brainpower. You need absurd amounts of physical infrastructure.
Track the capital expenditure. Wall Street projects Meta's CapEx in 2026 at $115 to $135 billion.
Let's bring $135 billion down to reality. That's not paying software engineers or running some server farms. That is pouring concrete, laying fiber optics, building massive liquid cooling plants in the desert.
Contrast that number against global economies. $135 billion is larger than the entire GDP of Morocco. Meta is acting like an independent superpower.
They're literally willing to burn their own economy to the ground just to forge this digital weapon. They refuse to lose the AI arms race.
Monitor the stock market reaction to that money furnace. Meta announced they were burning hundreds of billions, and the stock immediately jumped 6.5%.
Wall Street is cheering for financial suicide. They're betting on a death match, where whoever pours the most gasoline on the fire is the only one who survives.
Break down the actual weapon they built with that money. Muse Spark doesn't bloat itself like older models. It's small, fast, and matches mid-tier Llama 4 using an order of magnitude less compute.
That level of hardware optimization is insane, and this compact brain is being shoved into every single gap in Meta's ecosystem. It's running Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger.
Check the smart glasses integration. It is embedded directly into the Ray-Ban frames.
But wait, Meta has spent years playing the knight in shining armor, waving the open source flag. They gave Llama away to developers to gang up on Google. Are they still giving this away?
Examine the graveyard of their open source strategy. Muse Spark is a closed fortress. They only offer private API previews to VIP partners.
So they completely pulled the rug out. I mean, imagine being a startup who built a whole business on a road paved by Meta for free, and suddenly a bulldozer shows up and demands a $5 toll.
Dissect the multimodal capabilities they are charging for. Muse Spark ignores text. It processes spatial awareness, logical reasoning, and independent task execution in the physical world.
They pitch these super convenient scenarios like you're standing in front of a messy snack shelf at the airport, and instead of reading labels, you just scan the shelf with your Ray-Bans.
Scan the shelf, and the machine identifies the chemical composition, analyzes the nutritional panel, and singles out the exact cashew pack with the highest protein and lowest sodium.
Or the visual coding thing, where you just show it pictures to build a secret dashboard for a surprise party. But the shopping mode is where the real money extraction happens.
Cut through the convenience narrative of shopping mode. You see an influencer on Instagram wearing a vintage leather jacket standing next to a mustard sofa.
Before, you'd have to type clumsy keywords into Google. Now, Muse Spark rips the material structure of that jacket straight out of the image, analyzes the sofa's design style, and scours global retail databases.
Follow the transaction path. It drops a direct purchase link for an exact clone or a cheaper knockoff straight into your Facebook shop cart.
It completely blurs the line between looking at the world and buying the world. Whatever your eyes touch, Meta turns into a checkout button. But the really creepy part is the contemplating mode.
Deconstruct contemplating mode. You feed it a complex prompt, like planning a Florida family vacation for $5,000 in July. It doesn't spit out a cheap text summary.
It goes completely silent, and in the background it splits into dozens of sub-agents, like a pack of wolves.
Track the wolf pack. One agent hits the airline databases for the cheapest routing. Another cross-references humidity, weather patterns, and hotel rates between Orlando and the Keys.
A third agent is out there scraping thousands of fake and real reviews to find restaurants with peanut-free menus for your kids. They work in parallel, arguing with each other.
Watch them bid against each other and eliminate bad options autonomously. It entirely strips away the human experience of discovery and planning.
It doesn't give you information to make a decision. It makes the decision for you. It's built solely to crush Gemini DeepThink and GPT Pro by turning the user into a completely passive entity.
Contrast this massive multi-agent system with that damp golf studio in Long Island. The $1,300 Neustrick machine is attempting the exact same computer vision surveillance in a tiny space.
Meta's Ray-Ban glasses, powered by Muse Spark, are designed to do exactly what that golf camera does, except the space isn't an AstroTurf mat, it's your entire 24-hour existence.
Map the surveillance grid. It records the physical world through your lenses. It processes your biomechanical movements when you walk down the street.
It reads the chemical labels on groceries you aren't even paying attention to. It listens to your pointless conversations about a broken spark plug. It just quietly controls your decisions.
Define the closed loop in Silicon Valley terms. In golf, a closed loop means your launch monitor talks to your rangefinder, which feeds data to your smartwatch to manipulate your next swing.
And Meta's version of closing the loop with this $135 billion superintelligence is about human behavior. They want an AI that never blinks, reads your health data, plans your trips.
Connect the end goal, They seamlessly inject physical products like a $1,300 launch monitor into your feed, taking a financial cut at every single API endpoint.
You walk around thinking you're this empowered consumer swiping your credit card to fix a silly over-the-top golf swing. You think you mastered the tool.
Face the reality of the $135 billion machine. Your entire life, your habits, your existence is all just a sequence of bad swings waiting to be corrected, categorized, and monetized.
Just waiting for the machine to tell you your heart rate missed a beat.
Check your pulse before the algorithm does you by.